This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? Hashtag sexy. He's here.
Welcome to the Barbados Today afternoon update. It's Monday, March 2nd, 2015. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Thanks for joining us. We begin with news that large numbers of Barbadians have been surrendering their CLICO policies as the insurance company faces possible liquidation. That's according to the Judicial Manager's December 2014 interim report, which has been submitted to the High Court and made available to the public today. The report, which is an update to last August's interim report, showed that the collapsed company has been experiencing steady declines in the number of traditional life policies in force. The document revealed that in December 2011, CLICO had 13,259 individual policies, but that plummeted to under 8,000 by November 2014. The company has also been suffering from declines in valid flexible premium annuity from just over 7,000 to under 6,000 during the same period. The Judicial Manager, Deloitte Consulting, noted that the dollar value of working policies had also decreased, moving from over $728,000 to just under $571,000. There was also a huge dip in non-medical policies, while 23,000 policies were surrendered during that period. It's expected that these figures will rise even further once the final recommendations are made public during the April 17th court hearings. In other news, the head of the National Emergency Organization wants to see a national swimming program implemented in Barbados. Director of the Department of Emergency Management, Judy Thomas, made the call during the launch of its Tsunami and Earthquake Smart Month of activities.
There may be other people that are doing marine things in the environment that could take up the challenge, but I really think that because we are island, there are not a lot of people that are comfortable with the sea. Mm-hmm. A lot of adults are not comfortable with the sea, and certainly once there's fear about the sea, they instill this fear in their own children. Mm-hmm. And I think that I want to challenge my department to run with it, as well as to provide some leadership to it, but also the Ministry of Education and the volunteers in our community to take it up.
The theme this year is Come On Barbados, Let's Team Up and Combat the Impact of Coastal Hazards, with a focus on the tourism sector and primary and secondary schools. The DEM has also partnered with a number of organizations as it embarks on a number of initiatives to help the island become better prepared for tsunamis and earthquakes. 2 Jamaican nationals were today sentenced to time behind bars on drug charges. This after Christopher Ellis and Sidney Simpson were unable to pay the fines when they appeared in court today. 39-year-old Ellis was ordered to pay $8,000 with an alternative of 8 months in jail for trafficking 41 packages of marijuana, plus $5,000 for importing the substance, or 6 months in jail, while Simpson got 12 months behind bars and a further $8,000 for possession of 132 packets of the drug, with an alternative of 9 months in jail. The two are charged separately, were remanded and discharged on charges of intent to supply, and convicted, reprimanded and discharged for importation. Their prison terms will run concurrently. Public service vehicle operators were decked out in uniform today. The van crew members were seen wearing either grey or yellow polo shirts with the PSV emblem, accompanied by either black or blue pants. Some of those who spoke to Barbados Today off the record described the move by Transport Minister Michael Lashley to uniform bus operators as a step in the right direction. To some football news, striker Marion Samuel and inspirational midfielder Jeffrey Williams of Rendezvous handed Marcusson Britton's Hill a 3-0 whooping during the Judicial-sponsored Barbados Football Association's Premier League triple header at the National Stadium last night. Solaris Pinelands won 2-0 against Pride of Gall Hill, who are still searching for their first win, while Weymouth Wales held on to a 1-0 victory over Clayton's Colatonic Notre Dame.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
In news from the region, 3 Jamaican firefighters had to be rushed to the hospital after the tender they were traveling in overturned in St. Andrew. According to reports, the firefighters were returning from the scene of a fire when they swerved to avoid a collision with another motor vehicle, running off the road and overturning. They were removed from the vehicle by residents in the area. And finally, on the international scene, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu today made it clear that the U.S.-Israeli relationship remains strong. His comments come despite controversies surrounding his address to Congress tomorrow. He told the American-Israeli Public Affairs Committee annual policy conference that the friendship between the two nations will weather any storm and grow even stronger because they share the same dreams.
You're here to tell the world that reports of the demise of the Israeli-U.S. relations is not only premature, they're just wrong. You're here to tell the world that our alliance is stronger than ever. And because of you, and millions like you across this great country, it's going to get even stronger in the coming years. My speech is not intended to show any disrespect to President Obama or the esteemed office that he holds. I have great respect for both. My speech is also not intended to inject Israel into the American partisan debate. An important reason why our alliance has grown stronger, decade after decade, is that it has been championed by both parties, and so it must remain.
That's our Barbados Today evening updates, but we will be back again tomorrow morning. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on iZoomi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune in to Channel 101 online TV, as well as a Mix 96.9 FM to get all the latest news and sports. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. To have an enjoyable evening.
This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? Hashtag sexy. He's here.